What's up guys, Wawa here. I'm back with part 3 of the series of videos that's actually focusing on the different skills for character classes in the Diablo 3 beta and most likely in Diablo 3 in general when the game comes out. So this is going to be a focus on the monk this time. So ladies and gentlemen, say hi to Eleanor. Hi Eleanor. So she will be guiding us through her own skills and such, and hope you guys are going to be interested in her at least, or her skill, excuse me. And actually I'm gonna be playing monk. This is gonna be my first skill or first class when the game comes out. Definitely gonna be monk, and I'm gonna try to persuade you guys why monk is awesome. So let's do the basic stuff as well. Let's go for primary skills as well. So the first skill that we have right now for a monk is called the Fist of Thunder. Attacks a single target with a series of rapid punches that can knock back enemies. So this is actually the basic skills right here, right now, for our monk player. Not really that bad. It's actually pretty good actually if you think about it. It fires really fast, does instant damage. It's really close though, so you need to be careful when you're using it. But it does do some knockback, but not that much. But your damage, and you do enough damage, I believe, that you don't need that knockback as much as you really think you need it. So yeah, very basic stuff right there. Also, if you guys notice, the first hit may be for a single opponent only, but the second and third does hit more than one person, one opponent at a time. So that's actually pretty good, and that's something that the meaning didn't really say, or the description didn't really say. Anyways, moving on to the first rune that we can use for this. It's called Thunderclap. Teleport to our target and release an electric shockwave with every punch. This is one of those awesome skills whenever your opponent is way far away from you, which this actually is gonna help you out a lot, as you can teleport really easily to your opponent. As you guys can see, really quick stuff, and also does thunder damage or electrocute damage. Let me see. Yeah, shockwave with every punch. Let's try to teleport here. Yes, indeed. The distance is kind of far enough. Yeah, it's a good distance where you can teleport. Not that far that you can teleport from across the screen, but far enough that you can reach those opponents that's trying to run away from you and trying to kite you, like bone or archers and those skeleton summoners and such. So yeah, that's pretty much for that skill. Another primary that we have right now is Deadly Reach. That's pretty much the second primarily available to you. It pretty much means strike multiple enemies in a row with each attack. So this pretty much focuses on one row at a time. So basically it's just focusing on one area, yeah. Basically one straight line. It's not really that bad, especially if you're just trying to kill off a lot of enemies from like a step, or like a small choke. It's a really good zoning tool as well. So you do massive damage here whenever you equip it. I guess I'm done with that skill right now, so we are gonna go back to Town Portal. So you guys are gonna be seeing a little bit of cutoff in 1 second, guys. Alright guys, we are back and we are going on to another dungeon. It's pretty much the dungeon going to Leoric right now. And let's try to continue on with our discussion. So this is what the skill that we're focusing on right now is called Deadly Reach. And I want to show you guys how much damage it can do really quickly actually. Where are you guys? There you go. Does a good amount of damage and on a straight line as well. This is what I'm talking about. Like, you can take advantage of the stairs right here. Just focus on all the opponents that's coming up one by one. They all take damage because this is a pretty tight choke. And ow. But so that's it for the stock edition of Deadly Reach. We have our first rune of it. Excuse me. It's called Piercing Trident. What it means is that increases the area of effect of the second and third strikes. So this is actually one of the coolest things that you can see right here for the monk. It does a lot of damage, as you will see right now. Pam. That's why it's called a piercing trident. Like the last kick is pretty much 3 hits. or spreads in 3 ways. Really, really good stuff. Instantly killing off that big mob that you see right there. I actually like the skill. Really does a lot of damage. And it's one of those skills that does a good AoE area. And not bad, yeah. Really not bad at all. The last primary skill that we have available for us right now is called Crippling Wave. It's not really that bad because the last one, last primary actually gets unlocked at level 15. So almost all primary skills will be unlocked before you reach 20. Yeah, basically. When you reach 15, yeah. So yeah, Crippling Wave. Crippling Wave, sweeping punches that cripple enemies, reducing their attack and movement speed. So this is one of the flashiest skills that a monk can have. The monk has right now. This is one of those avatar moments where you see that he's just an airbender and such. Like as you guys can see right there, like writing some symbols all over. Like it's so cool. I can't wait to see a lot of runes from it, or runes used for it, and the different variations that it can do. It's just so good. It does AoE damage. The last hit does damage all over you. If you're surrounded, all the opponents surrounding you will take hits, and there's also a good chance to stun them. Look at that, snared, stunned, slowed, like whatever. It doesn't even, they don't even explain it to you in the description, but yeah, it really does a lot. It's really awesome. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have any runes for it available right now, but yeah, I'm so hyped for the skill rate. Most likely this is the skill that I'm gonna use for a while, unless of course the last one, Way of the 100 Fists, is more awesome. Anyways, that's it for the primary skills. We are moving on to the secondary skills now. Our first skill that we have right here is called Lashing Tail Kick. Unleash a deadly roundhouse kick that is effective against small groups of enemies. So by the way guys, the secondary skills are the ones that always use the spirits, or the bars, or the mana, the energy, the spirits, the rage and such. So in this case right now, for the monk, he does have spirit. So every secondary skill, every time you use the secondary skill, it does take up some spirit. So I try to save that up a little bit. So basically this is what the Lashing Tail Kick looks like. Very flashy stuff, like breaking the ground as well. And it does a good amount of damage as well. It does some knockback, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it really does some knockback, and it's not really that bad. Yeah, look at that. Look at the knockback on that one. They just fly away really quickly. It's just a really good skill all in all. The range is kind of short, but I don't really mind it because the knockback is just huge. It's really huge. We do have one rune available for it. It's called Vulture Claw Kick. So what it means is that release a torrent of fire that burns nearby enemies and causes knockback. So in my head, it pretty much means I do more damage now. So take that. That's pretty much what it means to me. And also a lot more knockbacks. So while we're looking for an opponent right here real quick, if you guys have any feedback or any tips on how I can do like more awesome stuff, I guess, or I want to know what you guys think. Like, what class are you guys gonna play, by the way, when this game comes out? Because I am definitely gonna be playing Monk. Monk is so baller, so cool, and she's actually pretty cute. So yeah, what are you guys interested in? Actually, I think Barbarian is still pretty OP as a first character. That's pretty much should be the stock character earlier on. But anyways, I'm gonna try to build up some bars here before I show you guys what that Lashing Tail Kick does. So here we go. Come here. It's pretty much the same thing, yeah. Looks like the same thing, but right now it's like a tornado, a fiery magma tornado. I'm gonna try to build up more mana. Yeah, it's really good. The knockback, I think, is a little less. Not like the knockback from a stock Lashing Tail Kick, but then again, it does more damage, which I'm willing to trade it for. So yeah, pretty awesome. Next skill that we have right now is called Tempest Rush. Charge through your enemies, damaging and knocking them back. So I'll show you guys this in 1 second. Here we Actually, no, we can't do it. Oh, it's on cooldown. So yeah, the cooldown's done now. So here we go, charging. Unfortunately, that skill is a channeling skill, meaning that you do consume mana while you're using it, which is kind of sucky. But it's kind of understandable. It doesn't really do that much damage though. That's one of my biggest gripe here with that skill. It is flashy. It does do some knockback. You get out of really bad situations with it. But I would rather, or I really want to see it do a lot more damage, because right now I'm not gonna equip it at all in any situation whatsoever. I don't think I'm gonna be needing that equipment or that skill anytime soon as well. Maybe it could be useful in the long run, maybe like in different scenarios. Really, it's really all about the situational things right now. So you can't really tell whenever a skill is good is not or not. Really like this skill. Ah man, crippling wave is so baller. It's one of the sucky bad things about of doing a demo on some of these the characters. Like Monk, you need to build up those spirits before you're able to show them to, or before you're able to see them. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of Tempest Rush. We do have a rune for it available right now. It's called Northern Breeze. Reduces the spirit cost of Tempest Rush. It's true though, the Tempest Rush really does take a lot of spirit really fast. So you do need that rune if ever you're planning on spamming it a lot actually. Which if ever you're gonna equip it, you are definitely gonna spam it. Anyway, we're just trying to build up more spirit right here. I'm gonna try to use it in a second. Here we go. Let's try to use it now. Yeah, as you guys can see, the spirit drains out a little bit less or slower than what it was earlier. So I don't really mind that. That's actually a big plus for him. It's very basic though. Very basic rune. I wish it would have been a little bit more helpful, I guess. But yeah, having it spend a little bit less energy is kind of helpful. It just does so less damage though. It's really annoying. The last one we have right now is the Wave of Light. Wave of Light is a ring. It's basically ring of Mystic Bell that unleashes a wave of light that crushes all enemy in its path. So this is one of those another baller skill as well of a monk. Unfortunately, it just consumes so much spirit. It's pretty much it's not really that worth it for me for now at least. Maybe later on in the late lifespan of the game, or maybe like in the late stages of the game, it will be a little bit more useful. But yeah, right now it's not as useful as Slashing Tail Kick. I'll show you guys right now what I mean about this Wave of Light. Here we go. Boom! That's pretty much it, and it consumes 75 spirit. It really doesn't do that much damage too. It does clear out a path so you can get away if ever you get surrounded and such. But I don't know. It's not really for me as of this moment. It is flashy. Like I always do. What I do is this: I just trap Leoric in that bell, or drop a bell on Leoric, which is kind of funny because Leoric can barely fit in that bell. But yeah, this skill is good, but you know, there's a lot more skills out there that's really useful. So that's it for our secondary skills. We are going to be moving on to the next one, which is going to be the defensive skills. We have the Blinding Flash right here. Blinding Flash basically is a... Excuse me. Let's remove the rune first. Oh man. So Blinding Flash basically is blind all enemies nearby for 3 seconds. And it actually builds up spirits, so actually it costs spirit, but it's only 10 spirits, so not really that bad. So we are gonna be able to blind opponents right here. Really good stuff. They can't do any more thing to us right now. Really good, really helpful. And we do. I don't know. I don't think I really need to explain anything else with it. 15-second cooldown, a little bit long, but kind of understandable. We do have an upgrade or a rune for it available, and it's called self-reflection. Increases the duration enemies are blinded. So it's pretty much again kind of like kind of dry upgrade right there, or kind of dry rune, like kind of unimaginative. Basically just delays or makes the blind effect a little bit longer. Not really that longer too, like look at that, it was really fast. I would prefer like maybe besides blinding, maybe slow it afterwards or something. That could be pretty useful. Anyways, that's it for blinding flash. Next up we have Breath of Heaven. Heal yourself and nearby allies. Really useful stuff, because this is the, I believe the monk is the only character or the only class that you can heal yourself, and it heals a lot too. Heals you, heals your ally. It does have a 15-second cooldown, so it's kind of sucky, but then again it is indeed a balancing issue. Like that's pretty much gonna make things a little bit harder for you in the long run. Whenever you're with a party, it's gonna be, there's gonna be more pressure to use your skills or use your heal a little bit better and wisely. On the techniques, I believe we only have two. We have dashing strike, quickly dash and strike an enemy. This is a flashy skill, by the way. I'll show you guys in just 1 second. So when you dash, you strike, boom, and you root. So yeah, very good stuff. I actually like that because monk is kind of slow running around. Not really that slow, but then again there are much faster opponents out there. So you do need that little bit dash to catch up to your opponents, and then afterwards it's gonna be able to root your opponent as well. Let's see if we have any rune for it. No, we do not have any rune for it available right now. So let's move on to the next technique that we have. It's called Exploding Palm. Strike and bleed an enemy. The enemy will explode and kill while bleeding. So this is one of those skills na napakastig din. Oh, excuse me. Why did I speak it? This is one of those skills that's really awesome. And I figure I'll show it to you guys in 1 second. I'm gonna try to make this guy bleed. Look at that. He has a palm on his head and he just continuously bleed until he explodes. It's one of those skills that focuses on just one character, so on boss fights most likely it's pretty useful. But on mobs and such, it doesn't really help out much. Maybe when it explodes, it does them damage, but I haven't really gotten to see that yet. So I don't know. Let's try to see it right now. Let's try to find like a small mob right here. I don't think we are gonna be able to find it because this is gonna be the Gondar fight. Oh well, he does summon some skeletons, so let's try it. Ah, come on. You saw that Temper just attack that guy. Let's see if it does damage. Yeah, it does some splash damage once it explodes, so that's actually pretty good, pretty helpful. But actually I'm not really still willing to use it. For now at least. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of useful runes available for it. Like right now we don't have anything at all. Look at this first one though. The flesh is weak. Your target takes additional damage from your attack. So that's actually one of the useful things right now. While they're bleeding, they take additional damage to every attack that you make. So that's actually really good, especially if it's applicable for boss battles right now. So let's try to kill off Gondar real quick. So I'm gonna try to show you guys what the passive skill are right now available for the monk. Where are you going, man? Bleed. Oh, I didn't explode. Scripted events. Good job. Alright. So here we go. We are gonna be going on to the passive skills now. First passive skill that we have, by the way, we always have two passive skills available for us to choose from once we have the ability to put in passive skills. First off, we have the fleet-footed, excuse me. Increase movement speed by 10%, really useful. Next one, we do have resolve. It the damage you deal reduces enemy damage by 25% for 2.5 seconds. Kind of confusing. The damage you deal reduces enemy damage by 2.5%. So I guess it kind of makes your opponent kind of woozy. So instead of doing 10 damage, it's only going to do 7.5 damage to you and such. I think that's pretty much what it means. And then we have Exalted Soul for our last passive skill available for us up to level 13. It increases maximum spirit by 100. That's pretty much it. Really, really, really basic stuff. It might seem small, but that small 100 spirit thing, it's a lot. Especially if you want to stock up on spirit before you engage a big boss or a really, really tough opponent. It's really, really useful. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the monk skills. By the way, I am definitely going to be playing this class once this game comes out. I don't know how you guys are feeling about it. Maybe you guys have a little bit of focus on other characters and such, but I don't blame you because I do think that other characters are better than the monk at opening or with the first initial characters. But anyways, yeah, that's it for the monk. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys have any comments, suggestions, or violent reactions, please do address them down below in the comment section, and I will try to improve on the mistakes I made or on things that could be improved. Anyways, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys soon. Next up will be a barbarian video. So part 4 barbarian video, barbarian video coming up. Okay, stick around, guys.